kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Content, hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption, breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. Be carefree lately, yeah. Just kicking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pockets. Counting like the 4-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I've been stuck on your memory, but it's not like I need it. And we may have some history, but we don't have to repeat it. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I'm gonna burn all the bridges between us. I
Sometimes a minute takes days and feelings fade when you don't want them to. I hope you won't throw the blame my way, but if you do, oh, are you looking for, looking for, looking for, looking for echoes? Are you looking for, looking for, looking for, looking for? Sometimes the words I hate to lingering on the road. Oh, I hope you won't throw the blame my way, but if you do, oh, are you looking for, looking for, looking for, looking for echoes? Are you looking for, looking for, looking for, echoes? Are you?
The following is a presentation of Burlington Junior Barracudas Hockey, live on YouTube.
Where playoffs begin.
Is it desire? Or is it let's go.
Across Calpac, long shot, tip right on, they score! Gabby Catalano comes across for Lee, penalties over, a shot, they score! Addison Lee has the icebreaker. Returns the pass to Lee, shoots, scores! Thompson to the middle, shoots, scores! Kaylee Tiller ties it! Addison Lee, she'll fire, save it, rebound loose, they score!
Near side, Friggy, shot, scores!
Fires, glove save, Mana. Haley Thompson scores! Haley Thompson converts on the breakaway. Haley Tiller works in, cuts to the net, what a move, back in, scores! Game winner, Haley Tiller. Rebound, they jam away, they score! Tie game in the final minute. That's to Thompson now. Thompson looking out front. Haley Tiller, she scores! Haley Tiller, OT winner. Song for Cruzel. Cruzel shoots, scores! What a shot! Lauren Cruzel.
Suter, Walker, scores! She scores! Burlington Barracudas are the bronze medalists at the 2023 OWHA Provincial.
Looking for Mana, scores! For the first time in their history, the Burlington Barracudas are Ontario champions!
A 48-game regular season and a 6-game postseason, and it all comes down to this. Gold out of reach, unfortunately, but bronze to play for this afternoon at Scotiabank Pond. Good afternoon, folks. My name is Jared Bapty alongside Jaden Ho, and we've got a little bit of time to start off our game. The key for me, though, is going to be how they bounce back from that tough loss yesterday to the Central York Panthers.
Yeah, it was a tough one, Jared. Just one of those games where it feels like none of the breaks are going your way. There were some weird goals, some strange deflections, but in a game like this, a big bronze medal matchup, you need to be able to bounce back, put that out of your mind, and it's a whole new hockey game that you're playing today, and you've got a chance to come home with some hardware, so it will be interesting to see how these Barracudas, who've been resilient all season, can battle back.
And we are looking at some players to watch this afternoon. Of course, the top line instrumental in this entire playoff series, especially this weekend. But we're looking for some depth scoring as well. And I think it's not far to look with a 7-point run, 7 assists for Ella Friggy.
Yeah, she's been excellent in this postseason. As you said, 7 assists in 7 games. She gets out there on the 6-on-5, gets some power play time, and she's just dogging on the puck, Jared. She's always getting in the corners, winning puck battles, getting opportunities out for her teammates, and that's how she's picked up 7 assists in these 6 postseason games.
Well, on the other side, Barrie, the Barrie Sharks, of course, are the home team this afternoon, and we had a twin sister just in the game before us win the bronze consolation for the Toronto Arrows in Claire Severn. And so there's maybe some twin telepathy going on with Maya Severn.
Yeah, Mace Severn, captain of the Barrie Sharks. Both twins actually captains of their respective teams, and both going for a bronze medal here. It was an overtime winner for Claire Severn just moments ago on this very rink as she lifted the Toronto Arrows over the Kingston Ice Wolves. And as you said, Jared, hoping for a little bit of twin telepathy are the Barrie Sharks as they look to bring home their bit of hardware from this weekend. And for Burlington, they'll look to stop that twin telepathy, maybe with some twin telepathy of their own with the Tillers.
First time ever the Burlington Barracudas have an opportunity to win hardware at this specifically formatted tournament. We'll turn it over to the PA announcer for the starting lineups. Give it back to Jaden Ho.
Yeah, well, it's going to be Riley Maxwell who gets the call for the Barrie Sharks. And played some games for the Barracudas last season in relief as some injury trouble for the Barracudas. She's played 2 games this postseason, has a win and a loss, so she'll come in looking to get above 500 here for Barrie. And for Burlington, Riley Manna gets the call. Second straight game, she'll get the start. Had a little trouble in the last game, as we mentioned in the lead up to some odd deflections, strange bounces that got through. So again, it's going to be the resilience of this Barracudas team that's going to need to shine through, and for Manna, a chance to rebound and help her team secure some hardware here at championship weekend as we're just about set for opening faceoff.
One of the top goaltending duos in the U22 Elite against one of the top forward teams in the U22 Elite, the Burlington Barracudas.
Early net trouble looks like for Riley Manna. They've got it sorted.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, with these old nets, they have a bit of twine loose, so the referees come in and tie things up. But we are ready to go. Frege, Song, and Cruzel at the starting lineup for the Burlington Barracudas, along with Chelsea Tiller and Juliana Kalpakis, and there she is with the puck right now. Up ahead for Lauren Cruzel and just out of the reach of Ella Frege, and carried back behind the net by Gabrielle Willard, and up the near boards, and now out to center by Maylee Winter. Right down into the offensive zone right away, and it's a 2-on-1 that developed for Barrie, but the stick of Juliana Kalpakis just getting in the way of it. Thrown out to center by Burlington and put right back in by Barrie. Chelsea Tiller up ahead for Keelan Song as the Burlington Barracudas make their first change of this matchup. And Barrie starts out from their own zone again. It's that third line out for Burlington now with Delahunt and Elson. Pass just ahead of Elson. She got a deflection on it and then misplayed it up that far boards, but gets in on the tie-up just in front of the Burlington bench. It's just inside the Burlington zone, though, so a stoppage in play will result in a face-off in the Burlington zone.
Well, it's an early chance for the Barrie Sharks on that 2-on-1. Just a lot of speed up that right wing. I think it was Maylee Winter carrying the puck up the ice, and a good play by Juliana Kalpakis. Reads it well and gets the stick down to just disrupt that pass enough to keep it from going across and avoid a dangerous shot on Riley Mana.
Gabby Catalano, who's been strong in the face-off dot all weekend, wins another one early in this game. Burlington struggling to get it out to center, though. Picked up and fired just off the body of Elson by Madeline McKay. And McKay's got it again. Can't work out in front, though. Delahunt knocked it away, and it's bounced just to the line, kicked in, and held by Barrie only for a moment as Elson sends it to Aubrey Biazzi, who puts it down the ice. And a shift change for Burlington once again. Now the top line is out there for the first time. Up ahead for Brumwell, though. Just knocked away from her by Chelsea Tiller. On this near boards, it's directed back out to center. Across for France, but she couldn't quite handle the pass, and disrupted by Haley Thompson, but Addie Butler couldn't quite find it in her feet, and it's knocked in by Barrie once again. Addison Lee up ahead, deflected through by Haley Thompson, ahead for Kaylee Tiller. She's got speed and tries to work it to the forehand at the short side of the net, but couldn't quite get the shot away. Addie Butler to the line for Delahunt and across for Kalpakis. Long wrist shot deflected just wide by Krusel, as she's done that a few times this postseason with 4 goals coming in the series against Waterloo. Kalpakis off a body and up behind the net and out of play.
Well, a lot of bodies in front of Riley Maxwell there on that offensive zone shift for Burlington. And as you mentioned off the top, Jared, this is a really good goaltending duo that the Barrie Sharks have. So trying to clog up that slot as much as you can, get in the vision of Maxwell, and as Krusel did there, maybe try to get a deflection and see if you can get on the board here.
Directed out to center by Barrie, and a bobble of the puck by Delahunt. She recovered well, though. Now it's into the offensive zone for Song. Down into the near corner. Ripped around to the far side by Barrie. Kalpakis holding it in. This is Frigge, player to watch this afternoon for Burlington with 7 assists. She's bumped off the puck, though, and it's fired off the boards and out to center. Trying to catch up to it was Larmond, but Delahunt was able to knock it away. Back in the Barrie zone once more. They try and start a breakout, but Krusel disrupts that as well, and it's pinned up on the far boards in front of the Barrie Sharks bench. Krusel and Frigge in there for Burlington to try and dig it out. Comes loose, and it is directed away and down the ice, away from Elson. Addison Lee turning away from Keller. Pass does get through off the redirect, but couldn't be settled down by Catalano, and so Burlington will have to try again. Lee, that goes through everybody, but no icing as Riley Maxwell went to play it, and a fan-on pass behind the net as Bianca Hart tries to work out in front, but couldn't get a clean pass through, and it's picked up and carried out to center by El De Silva. Down into the Burlington zone, Chelsea Tiller after it. Wrapped up by Sonia Mehta, and it's sent to the line and out. Bianca Hart picks it up at her own blue line and skates it in. Hart drops it back for Catalano, who's tripped up with no call as a stick came right in there, and a penalty is coming, though, for something else, as a tripping call is being made. So De Silva's going off, and I don't think that was the trip on Catalano, though.
Yeah, I didn't see anything other than that trip on Catalano, but the official's arm went up, maybe a moment's delay, but this is great speed from Gabby Catalano to work this puck into the middle. She's got so much speed in the transition, and maybe drew that penalty. We're not sure, but a chance for Burlington on the power play.
First power play of the game. They haven't had too many of them all weekend, really none in yesterday's matchup against Central York. The first one today early, brought to you by Nickelbrook Brewing. Chelsea Tiller leans into a shot, and that's stopped by Maxwell, and she hangs onto it.
Well, Chelsea Tiller's got a lethal point shot. We saw it in that game against Mississauga the other day, scored that equalizing goal with a bullet from the blue line. So she's dangerous on the power play here, and she's willing to let it fly from the line.
15 seconds gone in the power play. Chelsea Tiller's got the face-off win again. Addie Lee and back to Chelsea. She's got lots of space, steps into a shot, and it goes just wide. Thompson's on the rebound. Back to Lee and return to Thompson. One touch to Chelsea. Drop for Kaylee. She steps into one. That's just off the glove of Maxwell and wrapped behind the net by Barrie. Down the ice as well on the second try. Stopped up by Riley Manna. And the Barracudas are starting a power play change. Keelan Song out there now as Chelsea Tiller gives off a pass to Thompson, who dumps it in. Song trying to catch up to it. Went up the far wall for Della Hunt. That's on net as Song got a stick on it as well. And the rebound couldn't be fired on, and it goes down the ice for Barrie.
Some good looks on this power play for Burlington. 3 shots already with the player advantage.
Della Hunt off the boards for Song, who flips it into the far corner again. Kathleen Dion on it for Barrie behind the net. Comes to Della Hunt on the far side. Severn tied up, and Song sent it back for Elson. Now Della Hunt as the Barracudas set up with the puck. Frege waits and drags and can't get a clean shot away. So it's sent out and down the ice again by Barrie. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Elson just takes it behind her own net, and that should do it for the advantage for Burlington. Pass fanned on by Elson, so she has to go back behind her net and try again. Wallace watching her. France, comes in to help. Held in just for a moment as it's rolling in the area on that far side, and that shot goes wide from France as Barrie has caused a turnover and now maintains O-zone control. That's on the side of the net for a moment. Comes out in front, poked at by Manna, comes to the line. Long shot sinks in. No goal is waved off for a high stick. As the shot from the point by Willard looked like it was going high, and then it took a quick downward trajectory into the back of the net, and it's a high stick.
Yeah, I didn't see who it was out in front, but it's well over the crossbar. Official in the corner had a great view of it and was very quick to make the call. So no goal there. We remain scoreless in this first period.
Bit of a break for Burlington. They've yet to score the opening goal this weekend and have played every game from behind. Chelsea Tiller takes the left wing side and fires a pass for Kaylee. Off her stick, and Thompson gets it into the offensive zone. Badgered off the puck by Annabella Cosgrave. And possession taken by Barrie out to center. Fired a pass across for McKay, but it was out of her reach. And Kalpakis takes it behind her own net. Slams on the brakes and puts it behind again for Della Hunt as the Barracudas try to work out a breakout. Della Hunt turning back from Winter as Winter's all over her. Up the far boards for Hart. Into the middle for Catalano and out to center. Bianca Hart trying to catch up as well as Catalano goes to the left wing side. Has the puck knocked off her stick but regains it. Tries to float it in front, and Biazzi gets a tap on it, but Maxwell was there to keep it out.
Another good play from this third line. They've got a lot of energy, a lot of pep in their step this afternoon. Gabby Catalano again with the puck carry up the ice and then just staying with it behind the net after she was knocked down. So another strong play from this third line.
Barrie out to center. Sent in by Brumwell. Comes right back out in front. They score! That one will count. That took a deflection off Addison Lee in front, I believe. Riley Manna tried to kick out her left pad. Not in time, and Burlington once again falls down early in this bronze medal match. It's Brumwell getting on the board for Barrie.
Yeah, just kind of gets lost in the slot there, able to have some room to take that shot, and it sneaks by that left pad of Mana. And like you said, Jared, these Barracudas have struggled to score the first goal. They haven't led in this tournament yet. So they'll have to play from behind again here as they look for bronze.
Sent out to center by the Sharks. It's Emmy Butler on it in her own zone. Tried to shovel it up that far wall, but it was blocked by Severn. Chelsea Tiller came in to help, gave it away to Swanson with a wrist shot. That's stopped by Mana. In and out of the glove on the near side, and Frege tries to work her way out to center. Taken away by Barrie, but knocked away once again by Cruzel, as Cruzel might have gotten away with one there. She took down Meta in the near corner. As the Barrie Sharks come up with the puck again, Larmond out to center. She dumps it cross ice into the Burlington zone. Kalpakis on it quickly. She's wrapped up by the other number 10, Meta. Delahunt trying to dig it out. Kalpakis able to come away with it and get a pass ahead for Frege. Across for Thompson as the Barracudas are changing. Thompson tried to work her way to the net, was interrupted on her attempt to do so, but causes a turnover. In the neutral zone, Elson into the feet of Tiller, so Kaylee Tiller has to recover. That's off a stick and down into the Barrie zone. Up the near wall, and Maddie Butler's collided with as the puck rolls to the line. Lee with a shot. That's blocked in front. She gets it right back, though. Far side, Kaylee Tiller. Return to the line for Addie Lee. Crowd gathers in front as Lee puts it in deep. Butler behind the net for Thompson. Wraps it in front, but nobody's there. Elson with a shot. That's off the leg of Tiller to the far corner. She's on it there. Sends it to the line for Elson, just trying to keep it alive. And Keller can't get it out, though. Elson wrapped up as she ties it up in front of the Barrie bench. And that causes a stoppage in play.
Another strong offensive zone shift for this line, but out through the neutral zone, noticing more of some of the same that we saw in the game yesterday. Just the passes not quite on the tape, a little bit in the feet. So something the Barracudas are going to want to pay close attention to, especially in transition in the neutral zone. Just those clean passes on the tape to help spring the breakout.
Chelsea Tiller held it in for a moment. Pass ahead for McKay, not quite on her stick either, as Kalpakis comes up with the loose puck. Fires a pass ahead for Catalano, who tips it in. Giving chase against Charette. And it's held in deep by Burlington. Cosgrave behind her own net. Tries it up the near wall again. Return to her behind the goal. Kalpakis at the line. Her shot is blocked. And it's flipped out to center by Winter. Quickly ahead again is Chelsea Tiller. Takes it end to end. Her shot is also blocked, as Barrie seems to be doing a great job of getting in the way. Lead pass ahead for Wallace. Can't corral the puck in as that goes up over onto the net. Quickly off it, though, and Chelsea Tiller comes up with it. Off the glass and out to center. Bouncing puck just over the stick of Keelan Song. Otherwise, that would have been a 2-on-1 for Burlington. Back the other way for Severn. Her shot is gloved by Mana.
Yeah, oh, so close there for Burlington. Just that flip up through the middle of the ice, just bouncing at center. Keelan Song tries her best to knock it down. Just a little skip over her stick. Otherwise, a good opportunity for Burlington. So, close call. The Barracudas playing well here in this first period. They've had their chances. They'll just have to hope one of them gets through eventually.
Elson getting in the way of that one and working it out to center. A 2-on-1 developing for Burlington. Thompson into the middle for Butler. She does get a shot away, but Maxwell stopped it with the pad, and the rebound is picked up by Barrie and sent across in their own zone. Dion ahead. That will go all the way down the ice, but Delahunt can't quite stretch that out. It was a fluttering puck, so didn't get all the way down for icing. Elson ahead for Thompson, who deflects it in. Butler's got it. Far side, slams on the brakes. Drop for Thompson. Risks a shot. Stopped by Maxwell, and she hangs on to it again.
Well, again, on that 2-on-1 with Butler and Thompson, the pass, Butler's just not quite able to handle it cleanly. Still does well to get that shot away as that puck kind of carried her over to her left, but gave time for Maxwell to slide over and get the pad on it. So again, just those passes not quite landing cleanly for the Barracudas.
Hart tried to get that up the far wall to her defender, but Swanson blocked it there, and Bianca Hart's blocked a clearing attempt, trying to catch up to it, ties up the defender, and Emmy Butler comes in to help. Catalano's got it. Takes it into the near corner, sends it to the line for Lee. Long wrist shot, gloved by Maxwell, and she hangs on to it as Emmy Butler gets a shift at forward position.
Yeah, gets in with this line with Hart and Catalano, so a little bit of a different look. You'll remember a couple of years ago it was Addie Butler, her sister, who's playing defense for the Barracudas and as an AP, and now has moved up to forward, so a little bit of versatility maybe running in the family for the Butlers.
Keller catching up to a puck, works it on, and Mana makes the stop. Bouncing puck in front, taken by Frigge. Lost control of it, but Delahunt followed up. Trying to get away from Keller, backhands it, and it's given away at that blue line again. Something Burlington struggled with yesterday as well. So Delahunt has to try again. That's intercepted by Cosgrave and carried in. Shot blocked by Delahunt, rolling puck knocked to the far side. Cosgrave comes up with it, gets through Caruso, and McKay tries a shot that's stopped by Maxwell. She's got the rebound. Works it out in front, backhander kicked out by Mana. Far side up the boards, but not out. Sent in deep again by Barrie, and McKay's on it behind her own net again. McKay in front, intercepted by Frigge, and sent to the far side for Cruzel to catch up with and carry it down into the Barrie zone. And a tie up with a puck by Severn on that far wall. Just over 6 minutes left in this first period. Butler comes up with it. She's sandwiched. Knocked to her knees as tie up continues. Butler knocked over as she tried to come up with the puck. Goes behind the net. Sent over to the far side, McKay and Butler. McKay lost control of it, and a penalty's coming to Burlington. It's a head contact call. Must have been behind the play, going to Haley Thompson.
Yeah, Jared, just somewhere behind the play. Thompson's going to get dinged here. So with 5:44 to go, this is Barrie's first power play of this game. And another big opportunity for the Barracudas penalty kill.
It's just a 2-minute minor for head contact, so not a 4-minute double minor. This penalty kill brought to you by BDO Canada. As Barrie sets up on the attack. Severn at the point. Shot missed the net on the short side. France found it at the far point as Kaylee Tiller tried to disrupt that. Gets over to Severn with another shot. Stopped by Mana. Lee tied up Brumwell, but Severn came in to pick it up. Banked off the boards to the line. Franz sends that wide. Severn again on the near side. Big crowd gathers at the near hash marks as Butler finds a loose puck and rips it down the ice. Maxwell left it the side of her own net for Charette. Charette gives off a pass, flipped ahead by Keller and in deep. Delahunt after it. Keller blew a tire as she tried to go after that puck, but Delahunt sent it up the far wall right into a Barrie Shark again. Far side, Winter, centering pass, not enough on it from Keller, and Aubrey Biazzi able to clear it down the ice.
Good look on this penalty kill for the Barracudas. They've just kept the puck out of the middle of the ice like they've been doing a lot this tournament. They've had a pretty strong penalty kill. It's come up big in several key moments for them, so trying to keep that going here.
That shot gets through from the far side. Barrie's on it again. In deep, centering pass, doesn't connect with De Silva, and it comes all the way back out to center with less than 15 to go in the penalty to Thompson. Meta got it ahead for De Silva. Down the right wing side and around back of the net. De Silva tries a wraparound. That's stopped by Mana, and the penalty's over. Elson up the boards, and Bianca Hart helped it out with the tie-up. Cruzel lost control of it, and Burlington on a change dumps it in deep Barrie did that, of course. Ahead for Frigge from Lee. Across for Cruzel and into the far corner. Cruzel trying to maintain control of it there, but it's taken away from her. Sent to the line for Lee, who shoots it wide. Frigge into the near boards, trying to work it away. Another big tie-up and a big crowd gathering, and it comes loose. Sent round back of the net, knocked down behind the net by Dion. And Barrie starts a breakout as Larmond had it knocked away from her by Chelsea Tiller. Lee turns away from McKay and gives it off to Chelsea to try and get this offense going for Burlington. Chelsea dumps it in. Bounces around behind the net. Kaylee Tiller couldn't quite catch up to it as Barrie gets it out to center. Intercepted by Thompson. Banks it in as there were two Sharks on her. Picked up by Piper Sebin behind her own net, but given away. Kalpakis in for Tiller. Works to some space, turns and fires, and that's stopped by Maxwell. Kalpakis misplayed the puck on that far side, and it's picked up by Barrie and skated out to center by France. That was pretty close to an offside as Mana has to make a save. Comes to the near half wall where Butler puts it across through the legs of Thompson, and Barrie's able to keep it in deep with 2 to go in this first period. Emery Butler, hard pass ahead for Catalano, a little too hot to handle, and Meta ties up Catalano in the near corner. Working it out in front, Catalano lifted it over top of the net. Elson in deep for Biazzi. As Hart is worked over in front of the net. And the Sharks are able to lift it out to center. Knocked down by Elson, but picked up again by Winter and carried in. Shot from the far side is stopped easily by Mana, and she holds on to it with less than a minute and a half to go.
Yeah, that's well played defensively for the Barracudas, just keeping that puck to the outside, keeping the shooting lane clear for Riley Mana to make a pretty simple stop, and she'll draw the whistle as well.
Face off to her right, won cleanly by Winter. Quick shot from Cosgrave is blockered away by Mana. Cruzel on the rebound, but can't get it out. Cosgrave held it in. Elson up the far boards again. That's held in deep by Barrie. Delahunt behind the net to the far side. Elson works over Winter, but lost control of it. Burlington struggling to get out of their own end right now. Delahunt stops up and tries to get away from Wallace. That pass doesn't connect properly. Goes round back of the net where Wallace will pick it up. Centering pass comes to the line. Cosgrove with a shot that ricochets off a stick and up into the glove of Mana as she reached for it with the shot from Cosgrave.
Well, it was a bit of a slow start to this game for the Barrie Sharks. Went a few minutes before they got their first shot, but last half of this period, they've picked things up. Some dangerous chances on Mana. They're up to 13 shots now in this first period, and they lead by 1.
Lifted out to center. Thompson trying to come up with it. Tied up over there is Butler, and Burlington's drawing a penalty. Bounces into the Barrie zone. Butler gets up from the penalty draw and goes after it as it's touched up by Severn. And a cross-checking call being assessed to Cosgrave.
Yeah, there's the whole mess of bodies over there in front of that Barrie bench. Thompson was down, and then Butler kind of got knocked over into her with that cross-check from Cosgrove. So to the power play go to the Barracudas, 0 for 1 to this point, and looking to tie this game up.
Kaylee Tiller in to take the draw, and she won it cleanly. Addie Lee gave it off to Thompson and returned to Lee at the point. Thompson, the pass was behind her, and it goes into the near corner. Butler in to help as well. Thompson trying to dig it out. Comes to Lee. Left it for Chelsea Tiller. In deep, Thompson skipped away from her, and Meta catches up to it and rings it round to the far side. Kaylee Tiller tied up, but she maintains control. Off for Chelsea. Thought about the shot, and the one-timer from Thompson is fanned on as the buzzer sounds to signal the end of the first period. Familiar territory for the Burlington Barracudas. Unfortunately, after one, getting outshot and outscored, it's 1-0 for the Barrie Sharks off the stick of Abrianne Brumwell. as we head to the break here at Scotiabank Pond in the bronze medal matchup of the U22 Elite Championship weekend.
This period is brought to you by Nickelbrook Brewing. Mention Junior Cudas at your next Nickelbrook gathering, and we receive a kickback.
Hi, I'm Haley. And I'm Ella. Hi, this is Lauren. And I'm Keelan. And this is What's in the Box. Can we...
same time, both with your hands.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, it feels like an alarm clock. Oh, actually, yeah. You think it is? Alarm clock? AirPods? Phone charger. Oh. Oh, like the AirPod, like the, oh no, like, I was gonna say headphones, like, you know, like the earbuds. Yeah, I should have said earbuds. Oh, what the heck? Squishy. Yeah. Squishmallow. Is that what they're called? Like with the Orbis. No, this isn't on Orbeez. Oh yeah. I like guess like is it an animal? Yeah, a mini trophy. Oh, a mini Stanley Cup. We're good at this. Wait, feel. What is it? A cow. No, wait. No. As legs. I'm feeling your finger. As legs. Wait, what is that? These are legs. Oh, I'm touching something else. It's a duck or something. It has a nose. That's a big nose. I saw this one before. Oh, actually? Is it a duck?
Yeah.
A dragon? A dog?
Not a dog.
Or a retriever? No. A hippo. That's so funny. Wait, I think this is tail. Wait, if we get it like I have its straight. Legs. Okay, put it. Keep switching. No, I feel like this is not. Oh yeah, this is tail. No, I have an ear. A cat.
Cat.
I kept touching this, that's why I thought it was a cow. Oh. This has been What's in the Box. Thank you for watching. Bye. Bye.
is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. 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 This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. Yeah, this is America. Guns in my area. I got the strap. I gotta carry 'em. Yeah, this is America. Guns in my area. I got the strap. I gotta carry 'em. Yeah, I'ma go into this. 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 This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now.
Talking in my sleep at night, making myself crazy. Out of my mind, out of my mind. Wrote it down and read it out, hoping it would save me. Too many times, too many times. My love, it makes me feel like nobody else, nobody else. But my love, it doesn't love me, so I tell myself, one, don't pick up the phone. You know he's only calling cause you're drunk and alone. Two, don't let him in. You have to kick him out again. Three, don't be his friend. You know you're gonna wake up in his bed in the morning. And if you want him, you ain't getting over him. I keep pushing forwards, but look, he's pulling me backwards. Nowhere to turn, nowhere to turn. Now I'm standing back from it. I fall asleep about her. I never learned. He doesn't love me, so I tell myself, running through the lights of my thoughts, standing on the edge of my jump. Everything I know will be gone in a minute, and that's alright, 'cause I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before. Yeah, alright, 'cause I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before. Yeah. Everything I know will be gone in a minute, and that's alright. Alright, 'cause I'm free.
Welcome back, everybody, to Scotiabank Pond Rink 3. Second period action in the Bronze Medal Championship game coming up in a few moments. And for me, that first period, not too bad, but still some things that could be tightened up for Burlington.
Yeah, it was pretty back and forth period, a lot of action. But, yeah, for Burlington, just some things to tidy up, some, plays that they probably want back through the neutral zone, some missed passes. But they'll start this second period, a minute and a half left on that late penalty. So a chance to get themselves on the board and even things up here in the bronze medal game.
Top power play unit wins the draw with Kaylee Tiller. Chelsea ahead for Thompson. Pass off a stick, and that'll be a hand pass against Addie Butler as she gloved it down at the blue line, and Chelsea Tiller picked it up.
Yeah, a little out of sorts on the entry there. The Barracudas sometimes can happen when you have that break between periods halfway through your power play. You just get a little bit out of the rhythm. So a chance on this face-off, try and lock back in and get things set up on the power play.
Another face-off win for Kaylee Tiller, and back and forth that's going to get called against Kaylee Tiller. She took a stick to the head from Severin off the face-off, so gave her a slash, and it's the retaliation that's getting called.
Yeah, Jared, just that slash, and that'll negate the power play. So for Burlington, who's run into some penalty trouble in this tournament and throughout this season, a tough one to take there, as, like you said, the stick up high that led to it didn't get anything, and then the retaliation gets called. So 4-on-4 now for a little over a minute now.
Pass ahead for Thompson, a little bit behind her, and she was trying to regain control of the puck and ran into Chelsea Tiller, who's also taken down, but Mana makes the stop on the turnover as the Barracudas are scrambling in their own zone, and they score. Centering pass for Keller in front. Thompson got knocked down by Chelsea Tiller and headed off to the bench, a little shaken up on the play. And then Chelsea Tiller got knocked down as well. So Burlington ended up 4-on-2 in their own zone, and Keller buries it all alone out in front.
Yeah, just a weird play again, Jared. The collision between teammates, and then you just can't really regain your footing in your own zone. A little bit out of sorts, and a little bit more room for Keller to put that through. And once again, the Barracudas trail by 2.
Barrie's on it in the offensive zone. Dion with a return pass for Wallace. Walks right into a shot that's kicked out by Mana. Wallace on the rebound. Kalpakis trying to tie her up all over her, but Wallace able to work it away. Friggy now tracking her. Lobs it to the point. Dion across for 7. Shot blockered away by Mana. As the penalty is about to expire to Cosgrave. So 45 seconds of a penalty kill for Burlington, brought to you by BDO Canada. Larman got it out in front, and that's off the bar. As we saw a lot of that yesterday from Central York, and now another post, this time by the Barrie Sharks. Near side, Cruzel trying to cause a turnover. Worked in by France with a shot. That's stopped by Mana as well. Frigge off the boards. Cruzel catches up to it and gets it out to center. Down into the offensive zone. Burlington has to be quick on this puck as they're trying to make a change. They're able to keep control of it, and that should do it for the penalty to Kaylee Tiller. Sebin on it behind her own net. Song ties her up. Sent it back again to Dion. Pass off the boards and out to center, deflected ahead by Brumwell and down into the Burlington zone. Elson ahead for Song, and it's deflected away from Tiller, as that was Catalano actually who made that play, and the Barracudas have iced the puck.
Yeah, again through the neutral zone, Kaylee Tiller had all kinds of speed as she tried to collect that pass, and it's just a one-touch trying to get it into the middle. That's a little out of her reach, and instead of a chance on the rush, now you've got to come all the way back down after that icing call.
Quickly across off the face-off by Barrie, and a turnover. Wallace intercepted that pass and sent it in deep. It was Winter, actually, who got in the way of that clearing attempt by Song, and it's sent across to Song now, who deflects it in deep, and Burlington goes for a change and tries to reset the lines for the Barracudas. Bounced out to center. Thompson knifed away from her, but she catches up to it in her own zone. Hard pass ahead for Butler, who left it for Kaylee Tiller. Long wrist shot off a body and wide. Off the glass and up the near side now. Held in by Butler. Kalpakis after it. Forechecking for Burlington, but Barrie gets it out to center. Good hand-eye by Butler to knock it down and get it across to Thompson. Loose puck directed out to center. Knocked ahead by Chelsea Tiller, and Frigge touched up the puck on the offside as Thompson had been knocked down again on the near side and couldn't retouch up again.
Yeah, tough one there for the Barracudas. Frigge trying to just carry it. I don't think she saw that Thompson was down behind the play and hadn't been able to regain the blue line again, so face off out in the neutral zone.
Puck loose on the boards in front of us here. It's sent back all the way into the Burlington zone by Elson, so Delahunt has to retrieve it. Elson gave it away behind the net in front. One-timer doesn't work. Loose in the slot. Mana's down, jamming away at it, and Mana is able to find it with sticks all around her, and she was able to cover it up.
Big one there for Riley Mana. All sorts of bodies in front of her, and the puck just bouncing around. Finally, she's able to find it, get a leg on top of it to draw the whistle, but keeps this a 2-goal game as the faceoff will be over to her left.
Loose puck picked up, centering pass. Keller doesn't get all of it. Severin can't get a clean shot away either. Goes to the far corner. Severin back in deep. Picked up by Lee and taken to the near side. Lifted out to center, but not onto the stick of Song as Cosgrave intercepted it. Rolling puck in front of the Burlington bench now comes to Lee. Lee working her way through with a long wrist shot, stopped and then held by Maxwell, with Lee charging the net.
That's the first shot of this period for the Barracudas. Hadn't been able to get much offensively going through the first 4 minutes, but you get one through here. It's this third line again with that speed through the neutral zone, and they'll stay out for the face-off, try and create some momentum.
Face-off win for Burlington. Shot from Chelsea Tiller. Long range is kicked out by Maxwell. Rolling puck through center ice. Kicked away and just onside as Wallace centering in front, and a backhander stopped by Mana with a good save with the right pad. Tiller up the near side wall. Bianca Hart trying to muscle it out to center. Catalano missed Biazzi with the pass, and it bounces down the ice. No icing. Chelsea Tiller let it go, thinking it was going to be. Pass out to center and goes down the ice. Quick change for everyone as that lead pass is taken by McKay. Turns back, though, as Kaylee Tiller's on her. Almost mishandled the puck. Thompson trying to knife it away from Dion. Out at center again. Tie up right in front of us. Barrie comes away with it. McKay is hit with a pass. Centering it in front, and a kick save by Mana on the one-timer. This is from Winter, but it was a bit of a trickler, so Mana was able to kick it away. Kalpakis trying to catch up to Willard, and she fired it wide. Addie Butler kicks it out to center, and a breakaway for Kaylee Tiller. All alone, Tiller scores! Kaylee Tiller tucks it between the legs of Maxwell, and she did it yesterday. She's done it again today. She pulls Burlington to within one.
That was silky smooth from Kaylee Tiller, just flying in. You know she's got a lethal shot, so Maxwell's got to respect that. Gets out aggressively, and Tiller just nice little move to the backhand, gets her to open up the 5-hole, and pots it to get the Barracudas back within one. And Tiller has been excellent on the breakaway chances she's had in this tournament.
Lots of time left in this game. We have not reached the midway point of this second period. Burlington down by a goal. The challenge will be to not allow Barrie to regain the 2-goal lead, just like Central York did yesterday. Bounces past Charette and down the ice. Song trying to catch up to it. Cosgrave got there first. Up for Larmond on the far side, but the pass was behind Swanson, and it was taken away by Cruzel. Rolls out from the boards as Cruzel comes up with it. Lanced away from her, and the bouncing puck goes to the far side. Picked up by Song, but she couldn't play it in deep, and she ties up Severn. Song can't come up with the loose puck again. Larman shot fought off by Mana. Loose puck picked up by Frigi and skated in. Couldn't chip it past Keller, and the Barracudas have to be tight on a change again as the defenders specifically were changing, and Lee and Tiller weren't able to touch any kind of puck with their defending line still on the ice. Tiller behind the net for Lee. Up the near boards and back in again by Barrie. Chelsea Tiller knocked to the ice in that near corner. Frigi came in to help as well, and Chelsea came away with it. Flipped all the way out to center, knocked down by Dion and sent to the open side. Flipped in deep again by Barrie. De Silva couldn't work her way through, and it's back out to center, out of the reach of Catalano. Dion off the boards, goes away from Brumwell, and so Burlington maintains control again, but it's out of the reach of Catalano, and she can't quite beat out the icing this time. 7 got there first.
Well, Jared, I want to go back to the Barracudas goal, and I want to highlight the play that Addie Butler made in the neutral zone to move that puck up to Kaylee Tiller. Her stick all tied up. She was battling with the Shark at the line and just kicks it out to center and puts it into an area for Kaylee Tiller to skate onto. That goal doesn't happen without that effort from Butler.
Quick shot off the faceoff from Winter is smothered by Mana, so we'll have another faceoff in that same area.
It's a good heads-up stop from Riley Mana. Such a quick shot off the faceoffs. It just kind of sat in the circle for the quick snap, and Mana able to hang on as well to allow the Barracudas to change after the icing.
Certainly seems like Riley Mana's settling into this game a little more comfortably than she did yesterday. But the Barracudas need to give her a bit more defensive support here. It's Barrie in the near corner. Worked into the slot, intercepted by Delahunt, and out to center. Kaylee Tiller again, and a call once again behind the play. Kalpakis going off for slashing.
Yeah, Jared again just behind the play, and that's another tough one for the Barracudas. That's a dangerous-looking rush with Kaylee Tiller and Addie Butler moving up the ice, and it's quickly nullified, and now you've got to come up with a big penalty kill. As you said, Jared, you don't want to allow the Sharks to regain that 2-goal lead. You want to keep the momentum from that Tiller goal and try and get yourself back on even terms.
It's a big penalty kill upcoming, brought to you by BDO Canada. Clearing attempt, glove down at the line by Meta and held in. Near corner, Lee tries again. That's knocked down before it gets anywhere. And Lee pins it up on the back wall. Picked up by De Silva, works out in front but can't carry it through. Comes to the line, Meta across. Stick handling is Keller. Bank behind the net and comes to the near side for Meta. In deep again. Returns to the line, just held in by Meta once again. Near corner. Bounce behind the net for Cosgrave, and now Keller. Round to the near side again as Barrie works it up the near wall. De Silva kept it in as Thompson was checking her. Keller, far side, lost it. Kaylee Tiller gives it down the ice.
Interesting look at this Sharks power play. You see a lot of those hard passes off the end where it's not maybe the most orthodox play on the power play, but just trying to spread the defense out, open things up in the middle. But Barracudas doing a good job maintaining their structure and getting another clear here.
Lifted back out to center is gloved down by Meta, and she tries to work it to the near side and get it into the offensive zone again. Chelsea Tiller on it quickly, up the far wall. Picked up there by Wallace in front, and that's sent wide by Brumwell. Near side shot blocked by Elson, and she fires it down the ice with 20 seconds to go in the penalty. This is Larmond down into the offensive zone. Shadowed by Lee, reverses it up the near wall. Wallace across. Severn back into the middle off the skate of Frigge, trying to hit Emmy Butler with a pass, and that's deflected down the ice. Sent up the far wall. Cruzel trying to settle the puck down, and it bounces in front on the goal. And a fluttering puck for Cruzel. Just couldn't get a handle on it to find Frigge on the near side.
Oh, Frigge was wide open going to the net. Cruzel trying to get that pass across, just double clutched with the fluttering puck, and would have been a glorious chance for Ella Frigge, who, as we mentioned off the top, 7 assists. Hasn't potted one yet in this postseason, but also close there.
Winters shot blocked by Chelsea Tiller, and Frigge's got it. Up the left wing side and maintaining control. Sends it into the far corner. Wrapped around back of the net by Sebin to the near side and returned to her. Up the far side, held in by Chelsea Tiller. Frigge giving chase behind the net again. Causes a turnover but can't quite come up with it. Sebin on it again, up the near wall for McKay. Watched by Biazzi, so she turns back. McKay, as Burlington makes a change, gets it ahead, taken away by Kalpakis. Chelsea Tiller up the far side for Hart, into the feet of the linesperson as Hart tries to maintain control of it in the offensive zone. It just comes out and skips past Delahunt with Kalpakis going for a change. Puck returned to Sebin and across for Dion, who fires it in for Barrie to start a change. Mana left it for Delahunt, who put it up the near boards. Elson trying to muscle it out to center, and it gets there with Aubrey Biazzi. Flipped into the near corner as she goes after it. Tied up by Meta. And Catalano sent to the line, but Delahunt was backed up a little bit too far, so Burlington has to retreat on a change. Here's Meta. Down into the Burlington zone. She's rejected there, and it's sent across for Kaylee Tiller. Butler's going to the net. Tiller turns away from France as she didn't like the option. The two 17s collide as it's back for Chelsea. Long wrist shot, stopped and not held on to, but the referee blows the whistle anyways with the puck rolling off the glove of Maxwell.
Well, that was almost another breakaway chance for Kaylee Tiller, just waiting and waiting for that puck to catch up with her, and just had to wait a little too long, allowed the Sharks to get back and defend, and wasn't able to find a lane to Addie Butler going to the net, and ends with, as you said, a quick whistle there. Tough break for the Barracudas.
On the near side, Addie Butler just holding it in, floats it on goal where Maxwell covers it up again, and we will have another face-off.
A little trouble with the glove there again for Riley Maxwell. She just tried to grab it as it rolls along the ground towards her. It kind of bounces off the lips. So, again, similar to that play we just saw, something for the Barracudas, maybe keep an eye on those extra rebounds that might come out of the glove.
Butler wrapped up by Charette in the near corner. Bounced behind the net as Addie Butler was still tied up with the puck nowhere near her. That was the call as it's sent in front by Butler. Comes to Lee. Shot. Doesn't get through. It's off a leg. Severn wrapped up by Kaylee Tiller behind the net. Thompson coming in as well as Charette and Thompson get tangled up. Sent behind the net again. Severn chipped it away from Kaylee Tiller, and Charette gets it ahead. Keller knocks the pass down with another penalties coming to Burlington as it's sent up off a stick and over the Burlington net. Winter centering pass off a stick. Keller tries to settle the bouncing puck on the near side. Winter's centering pass off a skate. But she's got the puck again. Extra attacker out for Barrie. Sent in deep. Chelsea Tiller sent it up the near or far boards, and the call is coming. It's head contact against Haley Thompson, who I think you can tell is starting to feel the frustration after being bumped a few times in the Barrie zone, is going to be dinged with a double minor.
Yeah, there was a lot going on behind the net there in the Barrie zone as they battle for that puck, and Haley Thompson's going to get her second head contact penalty of this game. This one's going to be a 4, so double minor to kill off for the Barracudas.
Severn walks right in and scores. A quick one for May Severn. And the Barrie Sharks will still have another 2 minutes of an advantage as they regain that 2-goal lead that we cautioned against, and it's 3-1.
Well, there's that. Our player to watch for the Sharks, it's May Severn. Her twin sister scored the game-winning goal in the consolation bronze medal game for the Toronto Arrows just before this one, and now she's got one to put the Sharks up by 2 once again. And as you said, Jared, still time to try and get something with 2 more minutes of power play to go.
This penalty kill brought to you by BDO Canada. It's France down the right wing side and slamming on the brakes. Drop for Severn again. Nice move to get through. Backhander just misses the net as Severn shows off her ability with the puck. But it's ahead for Frigge now. Knocked away from her and it goes into the corner. Frigge tied up by Charette as Frigge continues to try and waste some time. Wallace sends it to the open side, so Caruso goes after the puck. Knocked away from France, but followed up on by Severn. Knifed away from her by Frigge and cleared down the ice by Chelsea Tiller. Charette again. From behind her own net, slowly starts the breakout for Barrie. Across for Keller. Can't be handled well, and after a quick goal for Barrie on the power play, they are struggling to get into the offensive zone cleanly. Another turnover as Bianca Hart dumps it in deep. Tied up Keller. Keller managed to get it to Charette, and that's sent to the open side, so Burlington sends it right back in again. Quick penalty kill change for Burlington. Coming up on 30 seconds left in the penalty to Haley Thompson as De Silva slams on the brakes again. Gave it off to Keller. Tries to throw it in front as De Silva was sneaking down into the slot area. Pass cut by Butler goes into the far corner. Cosgrave sent it to the near side. Loose puck kicked at by Lee, but it's picked up by Winter. Comes to the open side and a big save. 2 for Mana, and it goes through the blue paint with no one there. Out and down the ice as Thompson is not going to be able to catch up to an icing call, but a flurry that is fought off by Riley Mana.
Another near miss for the Barracudas there. That stretch pass up to Haley Thompson. She turned her head to look up by just at the wrong moment. Couldn't reach out to gather that pass, ends up going right through her feet, and instead of break the other way, once again, it's an icing, and you're back down in your own zone.
Face-off win for the Barracudas, though, and Addie Lee sends it ahead for Kaylee Tiller. Tries to work her way in and has her stick checked so she doesn't get a clean shot away. Bouncing puck on the far side. Into the middle for Kaylee Tiller again. Can't quite settle it down, and it's knocked out to center by McKay. 2-on-1 for Barrie. McKay shoots. Stopped by Mana. Chelsea Tiller trying to come up with the rebound. Severn on the near side. Battle for the puck. It's McKay in front, and Harbeck couldn't find the puck. McKay out in front again, and it comes to the line. Held by Sebin. Carried in deep. Left for McKay. And she flips it to the open side. Biazzi gets there first, and Catalano chips it out to center. Trying to race after the puck, but doesn't get there. And Burlington has to retreat as they were going to try and make a change. Deflected off a skate and down into the Barrie zone. Sebin up the far side as Cruzel can't quite catch up to it. So 2.5 to go in this second period. Burlington still down by 2. Dion across for Swanson and out to center. Flipped in to the far corner. And behind the net, France got it for Swanson again. Far corner, Frigge sends it behind the net. Elson gets it out to center and just out of the reach of Song as she's bumped by Willard, and Barrie's got it again. Long shot missed the net from the near side as Meta tried to get that on goal. Larmond tried to get it in front. It was off the stick of Delahunt. Rolls up the far wall. Frigge ahead for Song as she's bumped. Couldn't get through. And Barrie works out to center again. Wallace, cross ice pass cut by Delahunt, but it's loose in the slot and they score. Delahunt knocked down the centering pass, but it bounced in behind her and she wasn't able to find the loose puck. And it's Brumwell with her second of the game. Extends the lead to 4-1.
Yeah, just a tough balance. Delahunt did well to knock down that centering pass, trying to keep it away from Brumwell, but just ends up bouncing off the stick right behind her. Good job by Brumwell to find that puck and get the shot away quickly, and it's past Mana, and it's a 3-goal lead now for the Sharks.
Bounced out and down the ice by Burlington. Kaylee Tiller catches up to it. Skates it hard round back of the net. Flips it to the line as Butler's knocked down in front. Chelsea Tiller now. Across for Lee. Tiller, one touch in front, and Thompson just missed the net. She's got it again. Trying to work it in front, and she's bowled over into the boards with no call with less than a minute to go in this second period. Winter works past Chelsea Tiller. Can't quite come up with it as it gets a shot on Mana, and the Burlington netminder covers up as Haley Thompson, very frustrated, went off to the Burlington bench after that play.
Yeah, she got taken down pretty hard on that far side boards. Looked to the official, thought she was going to get that call. Instead, they keep it rolling, and the chance the other way for the Sharks comes out of it. Riley Mana did well to bail the Barracudas out on that one.
Face-off win for Barrie, but Biazzi blocked the shot on that far side. Out at center. Goes to the open area where it's dumped in by Emmy Butler. Up the far side, Dion. Knocked down by Emmy Butler. Gets it in for Catalano. High slot. Far side, Bianca Hart tried to get it in front, and it's cut off and carried out to center now with a pass for Keller. Down the left wing side, Keller's shot smothered by Mana.
Well, a good look down there for the Barracudas as they had some numbers in the slot. Maybe just a pass too many trying to get it across ice. Just had a shooting lane, chose not to take it when the quick one-touch pass instead, and it ends up the other way.
15 seconds to go in this second period. Less now as Aubrey Biazzi can't get it up that far side. Now it's out at center. Bianca Hart lost it in her feet, and that will do it for the second period. A 3-goal explosion for the Barrie Sharks as the Barracudas once again find themselves in familiar territory here, down 4-1 after 2 periods of play. We'll be back for the third period of this bronze medal championship matchup here at Scotiabank Pond Rink 3 and the Burlington Barracudas YouTube channel.
I'm Riley Manna. I'm Mackenzie Ferguson. And this is Pictionary. Smiley face? Oh, the Burlington logo? Or Junior Barracudas logo?
I was gonna be like staring at your hoodie the whole time, but then I feel like she'd guess pretty quick. It's a goalie.
Yeah.
I drew those religiously when I was younger. Oh, this is gonna be bad.
Seattle logo?
No.
Money sign? That's, oh, the Toronto Scepters?
Yeah, that was good. That was really bad. That was really bad. Skate.
Yeah. That's a skate.
A bike.
A car.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Zamboni?
That's pretty good. Good job.
This has been Pictionary. Thank you for watching.
Oh my gosh. I think we ate that up.
Yeah.
increase the gold. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Come to mama, increase the gold. All my holy mothers, turn your heart to the sky. You're the warriors, keep your love alive. Shine on like a diamond, shine on, you're the one.
You're my broken love. You're my broken love.
We ain't perfect, no. It's a work in progress. Good things go slow. And I'm no saint. I fall and you pick me up again. Got your habits, got them too. Just feel like maybe I could lose them with you. Sinking in, and I guess I kinda like that. For the first time, you really got my back. Got your habits, got them too. Just feel like maybe I could lose them with you. Lose them with you, lose them with you. Just feel like maybe I could lose them with.
Welcome back, everybody, to Scotiabank Pond Rink 3. Third period action coming up in a few seconds, but what looks to be a bit of a tired Burlington Barracudas team getting back out there for period 3 with a mountain to climb.
Yeah, Jared, it's just another one of those games where things haven't been bouncing for the Barracudas. They are down 4-1 after 40 minutes here as they try to secure a bronze medal, and it'll be another mountain. It's a very similar game, it feels like, to yesterday's against Central York, where you go down 2-0, you get one back, and then things just kind of fall apart from there. But 20 minutes here to try and change the narrative for Burlington.
And this is not to take away from the effort that Barrie has given in this game as well. They've been very strong on the puck, causing turnovers in the Burlington zone, which has caused Burlington to play some of this game on their heels, really. Haven't been able to transition and really push to try and get back in this game, as the Barracudas do have the puck in the offensive zone. It's rung up to the point for Kalpakis, across for Tiller. One-touch pass, Keelan Song's shot is blocked. Goes to the area behind the net. Krusel picked it up. Chelsea Tiller at the line. That shot gets through as Frigi was in front for a deflection. Near side comes to De Silva, who gets it out to center, and it's deflected through by Keller. Chelsea Tiller across for Kalpakis, and up the right wing side as Burlington completes a change. Kalpakis rubbed out by Chantrell. And it's ahead for Wallace, who blew a tire over the blue line. And it's directed out and down the ice by Delahunt. Cosgrave all the way down the ice, and that will be an icing call.
Well, a little bit of a better start here for Burlington. They've been in the offensive zone, but again, this is what's been plaguing them really throughout this tournament, is the passes up the ice in transition, just not being able to get them cleanly, not hitting your teammate in stride, and they've lost out on a few chances in this game because of it.
Addie Butler causes a turnover at the line. Delahunt with a long wrist shot that's gloved by Maxwell, and she hangs on.
Yeah, that's a simple stop for Maxwell. No real bodies in front of the net. She has a clean lane to see that puck and is able to glove it down and make the save. And for Burlington, they did this in the first period pretty well. Just get bodies to the front of that net, try and get in the eye line, maybe get a deflection past Maxwell.
Loose puck off the faceoff, taken by Thompson, and tried to hit Butler in front with a hard pass, but her stick was tied up. Bounces past Elson and ahead for Hebick. Harbeck and Delahunt. It's knocked out to center. Loose puck at the Burlington blue line. It's directed back to the Barrie zone. Sent ahead for Harbeck. Couldn't be corralled in, and Addie Lee puts it behind the net for Delahunt. Thrown out to center. Song settles it and maintains control. Down into the near corner. Tried to throw it in front. It was blocked by Sebin. And she sends it up the far side. Carried by Larmond through center, just out of the reach of Song as McKay breaks in. Bounces around behind the Burlington net. Flipped up the far side where Krusel found it. And it's bounced out to center. Frigi right through, but she's rubbed out as well by Meta. And it's picked up behind the net. Turnover caused by Frigi just for a moment, though, as Meta recovered the puck. Got it up the near side, but glove down by Chelsea Tiller. No hand pass, but it is offside.
Well, again, for Burlington, they're getting their chances in front of the net. You saw Addie Butler have some space out in front of the net there, and just a good stick by the Sharks defenders. They've been great at just being tight on the puck, not allowing the Barracudas to have the space that they want in the offensive zone.
Pass was off the skate of Keller, and so Burlington regains control as Catalano was knocked down. Burlington has to retreat. Chelsea Tiller's got Keller all over her. She gets it up the far side. Hart in the middle for Catalano. Burlington's over the blue line, but Catalano's stick handle went off the skate of Meta, and Barrie regains control. Up the near side, it's Keller. Tries to work into the middle, and she lost her footing. Catalano steps around her and sends it across for Biazzi. It goes for change. Biazzi down the left wing side. Stops up in the near corner. Tries to find an option, gets it back for Elson, who shot it on, and it's smothered by Maxwell.
Well, Maxwell does well to hang on to that puck. Again, some Barracudas in the vicinity, and they're going to want to keep funneling pucks, funneling bodies to that net. You down 3 here. You want to get one early if you're going to try and mount a comeback and just build some momentum here in this third period. And they've had a strong start.
Face-off win by Kaylee Tiller. It's rung round to the far side and bounced out to center. Goes right back into the Barrie zone, but it's quickly brought out to center again by France. Elson up the far side and sent out to center and right back in again by Barrie. So Mana stops it behind her own net. Delahunt across for Elson and ahead for Kaylee Tiller. She's got some space to skate with it. Kaylee Tiller went for a juke to the front of the net but lost control of the puck, and it's cleared out to center. Intercepted by Chelsea Tiller. Sent into the middle for Addie Butler, who's in with a step. She scores! A head fake for Addie Butler, but beautifully played by Chelsea Tiller to find Butler wide open at the blue line, and Butler dekes out Maxwell, and the lead is cut in half. It's now 4-2.
What a move by Addie Butler. As you said, Jared, the head fake just completely freezes Maxwell, pulls it to the backhand, and has all kinds of net to look at. And as we were just saying, you need to get one early if you want to pull off a comeback like this. They get one 4.5 minutes into this third period, so some life for the Barracudas as they try and come from behind once again.
Chelsea Tiller ahead for Frege. Now Cruzel across for Song, and the Barracudas are right back in. Drop for Cruzel in front, and Maxwell stops that one.
And you can see that goal kind of go to the Barracudas' legs here. More speed in transition. They get a quick shot away and challenge Maxwell, and momentum a little bit more on their side now. Some wind in their sails as they've gotten themselves within 2.
Face-off one back to Cruzel. Tried to leave it for, I think it's Delahunt on this near side. Yes, it is. Goes round back of the net. Meta quickly ahead for McKay. Out through center of the Barrie Sharks, and it's lifted cross ice into the near corner in the Burlington zone. Delahunt caught up to it. Got it up the near boards, but not out. Kalpakis. Now for Delahunt. Off the boards, trying to find Cruzel at the Barrie blue line, but it was interrupted. And Cruzel with a turnover, but couldn't reel the puck in as she tried to go backhand to forehand to work her way to the net. Kaylee Tiller dropped it for Addie Lee. She's got some room to skate, so she brings it all the way into the Barrie zone. Out in front and off the heel of the stick of Butler, who was looking for her second, and Thompson sent it right through the slot and all the way out to center. Thompson flipped ahead for Kaylee Tiller, who's wrapped up by Severn, but fights her off. Knocked down by Severn. No call coming as Tiller tries to come up with the puck again. Near side, Chelsea Tiller pinching in. Butler covering for her. It's sent round back of the net and all the way up and down the ice by the Barrie Sharks.
Well, a couple of chances there for the Barracudas, and it all starts because of the gravity of Kaylee Tiller out on the ice, drawing defenders to her. That allowed the Barracudas to gain the zone with Addie Lee.
And that'll be an icing call against the Barrie Sharks, so some potentially tired legs for Barrie out there now with some energetic Barracudas fresh off the bench.
Yeah, you can really feel the way this game has shifted after that Addie Butler goal. The Barracudas have really been pushing this whole third period. Barrie's still looking for their first shot of this third frame, and Burlington, all 3 lines now rolling.
Shot deflected on back, Hart with a rebound, and it goes through the blue paint to the far side, and it's cleared again by Barrie, but another chance in tight for Burlington off a face-off win by Catalano. Turnover for De Silva. Her stick is checked. Keller finds it. Drop for France. Long shot. They score. Just gets past the glove of Riley Manna. And Burlington had some wind in their sails, and a quick goal in response by the Barrie Sharks, and another 3-goal lead restored.
Yeah, that's a backbreaker, Jared. You feel like you got all this momentum, and Barrie with their first shot of this period, just one that glances the glove of Riley Manna, and all of a sudden you're right back where you started, and all that momentum is gone from those Barracudas.
A favorable icing wave for Burlington. Barrie was able to clear it, but it's dumped right back in again by Kalpakis. Puck behind the net, picked up by Sebin, and that's fired down the ice. And that's waved off. I don't know what the delay on the whistle was, but it is an icing call against the Barrie Sharks again.
Yeah, that looked like a set play from the Sharks. They're trying to spring Abby Brumwell on the dump in, but Chelsea Tiller beats her to it. And yeah, like you said, Jared, a late call for the icing.
Held in by Lee. Thompson with a quick shot that goes wide of the near side, and the Barracudas continue to have possession. Skips over the stick of Butler and in deep. Barrie able to regain control, but just for a moment as Addie Lee pinches in on that far side. Butler trying to dig it out. And the clock ticks as the whistle goes. So we should have a face-off inside the Barrie zone.
Well, you can see just outside of that scrum, it was Mace Severn just taking a couple whacks at the stick of Kaylee Tiller, trying to just get under the skin a little bit of these Barracudas. And after the play, the official stepping in to separate those two, but for the Sharks, just trying to goad the Barracudas into a penalty.
And a quick shot from Thompson is fought off by Maxwell as Butler caused a turnover and got it for Thompson. Deflected on, just went wide as Butler got another stick on that puck from the shot from Chelsea Tiller. Tie up in the near corner now. Still trying to come up with it. Thompson gets it to the line for Chelsea Tiller. Finds an open lane, and it's gloved by Maxwell with bodies flying in front.
Yeah, more great puck tracking from Riley Maxwell. She's had a really strong game here. Been good in this third period. And as you said, Jared, there's bodies in front, a little bit of fly-by screen as that shot comes through. But she's able to read it and make the glove save and make sure there's no rebound.
Just under 11 and a half minutes to go. Tiller one-timer for Biazzi is blocked. And the Sharks can't clear it out. Catalano sends it to the open side as she tried to corral the puck in. Comes out to center. Elson comes up with the loose puck, though. Chelsea Tiller back at her own blue line. Banked ahead, but out of the reach of Biazzi. Sent across for Charette, and she lost the puck. Bianca Hart got it for Catalano. Tried to chip it in front for Biazzi, but sprawled out was Cosgrave to block it. Far side, skated out to center by Charette and dumped in. Barrie just trying to hang on to this 3-goal lead, approaching the midway point of this third period. Dumped in again by the Sharks as De Silva goes after it against Emmy Butler. Butler came up with it, tries to muscle it up the near side, chipped into the high slot area where it's picked up by Cruzel. Dump in doesn't quite get all the way in, and Frigge missed the puck, and it comes back out to center. Kalpakis ahead for Cruzel. Knocked away from her, and a 2-on-1 for the Sharks. There's a shot that's blocked as Sebin tried to throw it on goal. Emmy Butler can't get it up to center, but it's Kalpakis now, out of the reach of Frigge. Burlington changing with less than 10 to go in this third period. De Silva up ahead for Keller, and she carries it round back of the Burlington net. Her teammates are changing. Rubbed out by Chelsea Tiller. Frigge tried to muscle it up the far wall. Pass into the skate of Butler, but she handled it well, and it's Thompson who's free missed the net as she tried to fire it on the far side. And a pass the other way as it's Wallace. Blocker save by Mana with Wallace in on a breakaway. Chelsea Tiller tried to give it ahead, but Severn blocked it. Addie Lee got it up the far side. Thompson ahead. Willard bumped by Kaylee Tiller as Butler comes up with it. Kaylee Tiller's wrapped up by multiple Barrie Sharks as Wallace is in. Stopped by Mana. 9 to go in this third period. Across for Addie Butler. Kaylee Tiller's with her. Dropped it for her. Tries to work her way through. 2 moves. 3 moves as Tiller makes some space. Long shot blocked. Bianca Hart was wrapped up in front. Far corner, the loose puck is sent up the far side by Bianca Hart again. Sarah Elson pinching in as the Barracudas try to complete a change. Sent back behind the net by Charette. Now up the far side, and it's flipped all the way down the ice. Della Hunt racing after it for an icing call.
Well, things opening up a little bit there, Jared. We go back and forth, trading chances, and it was another great play from Addie Butler, using the skate to spring Haley Thompson. It was a pass that was kind of behind her, just reaching back and kicking it up to create the rush, and Thompson coming close to getting the Barracudas back in it as this top line comes out again.
Kaylee Tiller couldn't come up with the face-off. Her and Severn get tied up again. Lifted out to center. Rolling puck. And pass waved off. Barrie able to get it into the Burlington zone. Loose puck tied up on that far wall as Haley Thompson tries to dig it out. It's kicked ahead by Harbeck. Kaylee Tiller across for Emmy Butler. 8 minutes left in this third period. Out of the reach of Addie Butler as it's sent ahead and skated through by Franz. Drop pass, McKay, one-time shot, blocked by Kalpakis. Bounces off the back wall, and it's ahead for Addie Butler. Bodies fall in a heap of sticks as Butler tried to get it ahead. Cross-ice pass just out of the reach of Chelsea Tiller, and she's got to get back. Brumwell scores! A hat trick for
Yeah, what a shot that was from Brumwell. She just flies in on that wing and puts it over the blocker arm of Mana. And for Brumwell, that's a really incredible performance. A bronze medal game hat trick to put the Sharks up by 4. And with 7.5 to go, things starting to look a little out of reach for the Barracudas.
Face-off goes to the near boards. Chelsea Tiller tried to muscle it ahead. Here goes Keelan Song. She's held up by Willard. Tried to come up with the puck. It's Cruzel. And a penalty's coming. Not quite sure to who yet. Larmond is through, and she lifted it over top of the net. Friggy will touch up and will get the penalty call. It's a slash on Keelan Song. Once again behind the play after being disrupted on her way to go and retrieve a loose puck, is given a retaliatory slashing penalty.
Well, yeah, Jared, this has been kind of a theme that we've seen in this tournament. The officials calling the retaliatory play rather than the initial one, rather than both. So once again, the Barracudas on the kill, already down by 4.
Less than 7 to go in this third period. Banks it ahead for Hart. Now Catalano's got it back. Trying to muscle her way through. Puck doesn't get by Meta. Offside called against Barrie.
Yeah, good play by Bianca Hart and Gabby Catalano to work the puck up the ice. Short-handed there. Hart with just good vision in the neutral zone to see Catalano streaking up that wing and working it in. This line has played with a lot of energy in this game. They've had speed. They've had chances. Haven't really been able to translate that into offense much this tournament.
Pass cut That shot glided across the ice. Quite Tess Maxwell, who deflected it to the back wall. Krusel muscling her way through. Comes up with the loose puck behind the net. She's got 2 Sharks on her, and a quick whistle from the official as France was down. Krusel.
Yeah, it's a good play by Lauren Krusel. Again, shorthanded, just getting in on that puck, winning that puck battle, knocking over that Shark. And I think maybe France landed on the puck. That's why they blew the whistle. But a strong PK here for Burlington.
Just over a minute left in the penalty to Keelan Song. A lead pass skips away from Wallace, and it's Emmy Butler up the near boards. Bounces to the line. Cosgrave across for France. Slashed at and knocked away to the far corner. France has got it again. Back for Brumwell. Tried to center it for Wallace. Puck rolling in the slot, and it's lifted out and down the ice by Burlington. To go in this third period. 30 seconds left in the penalty to Keelan Song. Charette, shadowed by Lee, taken behind the net. Severn, the near side. Tries to throw it in front, and Harbeck spun and shot. Mana fought that off. Held in. Lee banks it behind the net. 10 seconds to go in the penalty. Quickly ahead for Haley Thompson. She rips a shot. That goes in and out of the glove again of Riley Maxwell. So potentially taking some notes, as you mentioned, Jaden, earlier, that the glove of Riley Maxwell is maybe something to aim for. Kaylee Tiller deflects it in. Catalano caught up to it. Severn and Tiller tied up again. Those two have been going at each other all game. McKay behind the net. Into the near side wall. Catalano comes in to help as well. Goes back behind the net again, where it's picked up by Dion and fired across, but gloved down by Bianca Hart. Flipped in again, and it's Dion sending it across from Sebin, and it's sent out to center and deflected down into the Burlington zone. Larmond can't step around Elson. Sent to the point. Dion, shot blocked by Bianca Hart, but it doesn't bounce out to center. In the far corner now, less than 4 minutes to go in this third period. Elson and Catalano there. Larmond and Winter for Barrie. Delahunt came in as well. Catalano still there. Elson backs up to the slot area. Delahunt trying to bump Larmond off the puck. Still got it. Finally leaves it in the near corner. Sebin tied up Catalano, and lots of board play in this third period, and it continues as Burlington can't quite get it out. Maddie Delahunt banks it ahead for Biazzi, but she just missed it, and it's an icing call against Burlington.
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, Jared, the Sharks trying to just slow down this game, wind off the clock to hang on to the lead, and just pinning that puck along the boards, trying to slow it down, keep the Barracudas out of the offensive zone. They did a good job of it there, and now they'll get an offensive zone face-off.
Chipped ahead by Biazzi. Couldn't get it out to center, but it's knocked down by Catalano, and she's away. Catalano poked at, but Biazzi followed up, and Maxwell makes the save on Biazzi with Catalano headed to the net.
Yeah, again, this line just playing with speed. They've kept up the energy throughout this game. Catalano took a bit of a shot after the play there. She went to the net as the Sharks trying to defend Maxwell's crease. But again, the continuous speed that this line has showed has been one of the bright spots of this game for Burlington.
Kalpakis, lost control of it in a 2-on-1 for Barrie. It's Keller with a shot. Blocker save by Mana, and it goes up and out of play with 2:44 left in the third period.
Yeah, that's tough for Juliana Kalpakis as she'll swing over to Mana, give her a little thank you as that puck just kind of bounced on her. She loses it. It turns into that 2-on-1. well played as they limit it to the shot, and Mana able to make the save.
Kalpakis ahead for Cruzel. Her stick was checked. Lifted all the way down the ice, knocked down by Chelsea Tiller. Ahead for Emmy Butler. Pass off a stick, it doesn't connect. De Silva sent it across for Keller. Keller tries to work her way past Chelsea Tiller. She's tied up, and Emmy Butler just couldn't quite get it out to center. Cruzel with a second effort, though. Skating onto it is Cruzel with a 2-on-1, and she slapped a shot just wide. Pass fired across, but gloved down by Lee, who gains the red line and fires it in. Less than 2 to go in this third period. You have to think, though, a deficit of 4 goals with 2 minutes to go. It's pretty much insurmountable, Jaden.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in for Burlington right now. You can see they're still pushing. A good shot there from Lauren Cruzel, but it's going to be just kind of waiting for this game to end now.
Brumwell in the near corner, disrupted by Chelsea Tiller, and the official talking to Kaylee Tiller as they seem to be once again watching her late in this game. Causes a turnover, though. Kaylee Tiller across for Addie Butler. Back into the middle, but just out of the reach of Kaylee as we approach the final minute of this third period. Delahunt off the boards and out to center. Put across by Barrie. McKay tied up by Elson. Ahead for Thompson with a 2-on-1, and Butler wasn't quite ready for it. But Thompson goes after it in the far corner. Shoveled up to the line for Kalpakis. Chipped in behind the net, and she goes after it herself as Catalano tried to come up with it. It's carried out to center by McKay. Disrupted by Catalano. Kalpakis can't get it cleanly ahead, and it's McKay with 30 seconds to go in the third period. McKay, watched by Kalpakis, threw it in front. Loose puck. Whacking away at it. A couple of shots on by Franz. And Mana with a couple of stops with less than 20 seconds left.
Yeah, final few seconds, all but a formality now, Jared. And, you know, this is a game for Burlington where there's going to be lots of little moments that they'll want back, little mistakes. Just the passes through center that they've struggled with all game have been just a little disconnected. And I wonder if maybe it's still a little shaken from that game against Central York yesterday.
That's certainly a tough one to bounce back from. And 2 games in a row that you allow 6 goals. And Burlington and finishes 4th in the U22 Elite in the 25-26 season with a 6-2 loss to the Barrie Sharks.
Yeah, well, Jared, a lot to be proud of for this Barracudas team, this U22 Elite season. Even this weekend, you know, things took a turn for the worse in the back half, but you know, a tremendous amount of heart and resilience that this team showed in those games against Durham West and Mississauga to get themselves to this bronze medal game. So it's a tough way to end your U22 Elite season right now, but lots for them to be proud of in the future.
Well, and the season might be over, but there will still be some more hockey. The provincial championship coming up in 2 weeks' time, and a tough group it's looking like with the likes of Stony Creek and I believe the Barrie Sharks also in that group, so they will likely be meeting once again in a few weeks' time.
Yeah, Jared, it'll be interesting to see, you know, how these teams match up again. Things getting a little chippy in this game, and see if that continues. You saw the back and forth between Sharks captain Mace Severn and Kaylee Tiller. See if they renew hostilities in the provincials, but for now, Burlington will have to just try and regroup once again. They've got 2 weeks to battle back and try and come back better for provincials.
Well, and hopefully in 2 weeks' time as well, they will get body back in Miwa Carter, who's been out with an upper body injury for the last about month or so, but she should be rejoining the lineup for the provincial championship. So a full squad should be healthy for Burlington, barring any other instances, as we await the presentation of the bronze medal to the Barrie Sharks.
Yeah, and worth noting for provincials, no APs allowed in that tournament, so it will be extra important to get healthy. You won't be able to have the likes of Georgia Hexma, Emery Butler in the lineup, so Miwok Carter's return will become all the more important for the Barracudas.
Well, and props especially to Emery Butler, as you kind of mentioned earlier, following in the footsteps of her older sister, coming into this tournament, playing 6 out of the 7 games, both here and against Waterloo. So a big part of the Burlington lineup to try and fill that hole that Carter leaves, and she's done a very good job of it.
Yeah, she was excellent in the postseason for Burlington. Just a steady presence on the back end, bright future for that young player. And following in the footsteps of her sister, great to see them play together. Here is Addie Butler's junior career comes to an end.
Well, we'll start to wrap things up here at Scotiabank Pond. Once again, the final score 6-2 for the Barrie Sharks over the Burlington Barracudas. But 2 weeks' time, we will have some more action for you, and one final sign-off as well from Jaden Ho.
Yeah, just before we go, one last game in the championship weekend for the Barracudas, and one last game for the Barracudas. For me, this will be my final broadcast as the voice of the Burlington Barracudas. And as I depart, I just want to say a few thank yous to some of the people who've made this happen. First of all, to everyone who's tuned in over my 3 years here, thank you so much for taking the time and supporting us. We only do it because people are willing to pay attention, so thank you for your support over the years. To all the people who I've worked with here in Burlington, thank you so much for all of your hard work and dedication to making this broadcast a success. I'd like to send out a special thank you to a few people as well. First, the man standing beside me, Jared Bapty. It's been an honor to share the microphone with you these last few years. You're an excellent leader, and you have had an immense impact on women's hockey in this province. Abby Papineau, who's downstairs with the camera, thank you so much for being a great sounding board for me over the last couple of seasons. You're immensely talented and hardworking. And to Lana Butler, our general manager, you won't find a leader who cares more about her team than Lana Butler. She's built a tremendous culture here in Burlington. It's been an absolute honor to work with all of you, and I'm wishing everyone all the best going forward. So thank you so much, everyone, for the last 3 years in Burlington.
Well, Jaden, you were quite a find for us. I was concerned when I had to move away to Whitby for a year that I wasn't sure who I was going to be able to find to try and fill my shoes to take over both on the voice of this broadcast and as well on social media and the graphic design and editing that you've provided this team. And then, of course, you taking over as the voice for the past 3 seasons has been nothing short of spectacular. So you will certainly be sorely missed by this franchise and this organization. And thank you for all of your hard work. And it's been a pleasure as well to share the microphone with you. So I will be the main voice of the provincials in 2 weeks' time as we wish Jaden a farewell. And we congratulate once again the Barrie Sharks, as you see now, celebrating their bronze medal and a 3rd place finish in the U22 Elite. We will sign off here from Scotiabank Pond. Once again, make sure to tune in a couple weeks' time and stay tuned to our social medias on Instagram at Junior Cudas to find out our schedule for the provincial championship. For Jaden Ho and all the crew, my name is Jared Bapty. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great rest of your weekend. Have a good 2 weeks, and we'll see you at Iceland Arena for the provincial championship with a thank you to our sponsors.